Hey guys, how are you doing? It's Abby Lee. I'm here at PicsArt. I am the photo editor and photographer here, and I'm going to show you, actually, you know what? I'm not going to show you one, I'm going to show you 3 how-tos today. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be playing with holographic backgrounds, so I'm really excited, and holographic overlays. I did want to mention that we do have a really awesome contest right now, and it is called the Magic Galaxy Contest, so please partake. Be super creative, make some awesome stuff. As always, I have my lovely assistant, Allie, here to answer any questions. Make sure you comment because I want to hear from you. Like if you guys want a certain tutorial or whatnot, please talk to me. I would love to do it for you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. And as I set up my camera here, there's the Magic Galaxy Contest. It's so cool. So I'm going to kind of show you what we're going to be doing today. So first of all, to get started, you're going to want to go to store and type in. I just am going to start typing holographic backgrounds, and everything's going to pop up. I'm going to go ahead and hit holographic. If you have to download it, it'll say download here, and then it'll say use. Obviously, I already have it, so I'm going to go ahead and hit use. What you're going to want to do here, I'm going to start with this one, but this is where it's, you got to pay attention here for a second, is I want to use this as an image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the arrow in the top, because I'm going to use that to overlay over another image. So I'm going to hit the arrow up in the top here, and then just save as private. And it's gonna go to this screen. I'm gonna back out all the way to our main menu. And I downloaded this previously. Obviously, you guys are gonna have an image you wanna play with too. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the image, my base image, which is what I want to use right now. Let me kind of get, my screen is a little bit bright. So let me bring the brightness down really quick so that you guys can see. Whoops. There we go. All right. So there we go. Let's go ahead. This is one I want to use. It's pretty cool. And then what I'm going to do to bring in my holographic background that I want to use, I'm going to just say add photo, and it's already going to be up there because I just saved it. So it's basically treating it as another image. Go ahead and hit the one you want and press add one. I'm going to stretch it to where I want it to be. Bring the opacity down so you can see where you're going to want to place it. I kind of want to place it here because it's a cool little effect. I bring the opacity down so I can see where also I'm going to erase everything. As always, I always play with the hardness brush a lot, like bring it up and down. That's pretty much the key to making good edits, is just having the right setting on your brush. And it's just going to be erasing that overlay on the areas that you want to erase it. And you might not be using this image, you might be using a different image. So just keep in mind that bringing the opacity down really helps to show you where you want to erase. And I kind of just go in and out, seeing where her body is coming out of the water, where I want to erase it. And yeah, and you guys can get as in-depth as you want. If you want to make it super incredibly perfect, you can. I'm a perfectionist, as I've mentioned before, so I always try to do, you know, I like spending time. I'm super creative, so I like spending time. This is like therapy to me. So this is my most favorite app on the planet. I play with it all the time. I highly suggest you to do it as well, because I don't know, to me, you can do so much on it. It's amazing. And then also, so like take your time. If it's like drawing for me. So I take a lot of time drawing. I love it. And so it's really what you guys want to play around with. And I always go in and out. You can do it super fast, or you can, you know, be really in depth. Yeah, so I'm kind of liking that. I think it looks pretty great. So I'm going to go ahead and click the check mark up here, and you can bring the opacity up and down. That kind of looks a little bit hilarious. So I'm going to make it look a little bit more realistic, right about there. And then for this particular one, I'm going to go ahead and go in and hit the hard light. Yeah, I like hard light on this one. It really is what you guys want to do. I mean, if you can see the difference of me going to each one. I mean, that's how simple it is. You can make the coolest stuff with this just by basically adding one photo, overlaying it, and erasing it for a few seconds. That was so fast, and it's like the coolest image ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. I'm gonna be at hard light. I kind of want to bring my opacity up just a tad. Yeah, that looks great. I'm gonna hit apply. That looks magical. And for this one, just because I really like the colors in it, I'm gonna bring the saturation up and the contrast. That's just to give it an extra pop of color. And it's so pretty. You guys can see my face in the reflection, I'm so sorry. So let's go ahead and hit apply. And then for this one, I'm just gonna hit the arrow up in the right-hand corner and hashtag PicsArt. I always do, yep, I always do, and it should show up here so you can just select it. I always do free to edit just so you guys can play around with it. That's just me, you guys don't have to though. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do holographic overlay. So holographic overlay, and you guys can just pick whatever hashtag, like cool, awesome, you know, but that's what I'm gonna do for this one, and then I'm gonna post. And then that was our one image, super awesome. How are we doing on comments?
We're doing great.
Woohoo, you guys are amazing. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, since I'm done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to our main image here. And as always, if you just joined us, you're gonna wanna go in and search for holographic backgrounds. That's what I'm using for these particular edits, but you can use whatever you want. It should pop up. Click on holographic backgrounds, it'll say download and then use. I already have them, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to my plus sign here and edit. I already have downloaded all of these, but if you're gonna use the backgrounds, make sure that you go in and you click on the right hand corner and you save as private, because we're gonna use all of these as, well, we're gonna use this particular edit for overlaying the image. So you're gonna want to have the background as kind of treating it as a photo. So I'm gonna choose this image because I think it's amazing. I kind of wish I had lips like those. But I'm gonna make them even more amazing by adding this photo. So I've already kind of played around with this. I know exactly what I want, but feel free to like explore. There's so many things you can use on this app, it's ridiculous. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit the, I really like this one, so I'm gonna add that. It's gonna overlay. Kind of looks hilarious here, but we're gonna bring the opacity down, kind of place it exactly where you wanna place it, where you think you're gonna want it, and you can move it around too, so it's not like set in stone. I'm gonna hit the erase up in the top corner, and as always, I'm gonna bring the hardness down on my brush, just to, you know, like it really helps a lot with editing, and you can also play with it as much as you want. It just makes it more realistic. Otherwise, you have to go in and you have to smooth out all the lines, and it's kind of a pain. So I enjoy bringing the hardness down immediately because it just already does the job for you. You don't have to go back and smooth anything out, but you can easily do that too. So it's really just how you edit. This is just how I've decided I like it. So basically it's gonna look like that. That totally looks weird right now, but I'll show you how to make it awesome. So I think for this one, in between her mouth is always gonna be the hardest to make it look more realistic. So basically I'm gonna bring the vast majority of it out, and right here is kind of weird looking to me, so I'm gonna paintbrush. I'm gonna bring the hardness down even more. I'm gonna zoom in and just like, and you can play around with this forever. I'm not gonna take a ton of time. I'm just gonna show you, you know, a quick way to do it. But I'm just gonna fill in the areas that I want to make it a little bit more realistic here. And like I said, if you want to do a little bit more, then you can easily fine tune it. So for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna go in one more time, bring the hardness up a little bit more. Whoops, I paintbrushed. That's how easy it is. I made a mistake if you guys didn't notice, so I just came up to the back button and fixed it right away. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm pretty much done with this. Looks kind of funny right there, but we're gonna hit apply, and then I'm gonna go into blend. And I mean, look how awesome this looks. You can use whatever you want. For this one, I'm gonna hit use overlay, and then I'm gonna go into opacity and bring it up to how I want it to look. And if you forgot any excess of the image, don't worry about it. You can just go right back in by hitting the eraser tool up here and fixing whatever you might have missed, which I think I'm pretty happy with mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit plus. I'm also going to hit apply. That looks pretty awesome. And also, if you want to just take a photo of yourself, a selfie, like kind of an up close photo of yourself, you can totally do this on your own face. It's pretty amazing. And then for this one, I'm also, because I want to give that color an extra pop, I'm going to bring the saturation up a lot. I'm also going to give it a little bit of a punch there with contrast, so it like really pops those lips out. I'm going to hit apply, and then by saving, I'm going to do, as always, I always do free to edit right there, hashtag PicsArt, which is awesome. And then also we're gonna do holographic, and you can do whichever hashtag, but this is what I'm gonna use because holographic overlay is amazing. And then you're gonna post that. And then I'm gonna show you how to do our very last one. This is a bonus one. This is actually a lot of fun. For this one, it's a little bit different. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the plus. I'm gonna go into edit. I've decided that I really like this holographic background. If you're just joining us, you're gonna wanna go into store and you're gonna want to download the holographic background for if you wanna do these particular edits. They're pretty cool anyway. I mean, who doesn't like holographic stuff? So for this one, I already went in and cut out a image that I wanted to use as a sticker. So you can easily do that. That's a lot of my face, that's funny. But I'm gonna use this sticker here. I'm gonna enlarge it. Right there. And then I kinda cut out a little bit too much, so me personally, I'm gonna bring the hardness down a little bit. And I'm gonna just get rid of that because I don't want that. And for this one, I'm actually gonna bring the hardness up just because I had too much excess there on the sticker. And then, so it's super simple. I'm gonna bring her down actually a little bit. You can resize whatever you want. You can use whatever image you want, but I'm just gonna use this for my particular edit. But I mean, if you guys haven't noticed, it's so easy to create the coolest stuff. Literally, you can create the most simple edit and make it look amazing with this app. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to sticker. I already got the one I wanted to play with, so it's right here. But if you wanna search for it, I actually just did it by searching for triangle, which is kind of weird. But I knew I wanted a triangle, and boom, everybody has uploaded all these triangles. I personally really wanted this one, which is a pack, but you can use whatever you want. So this is the Hipster Galaxy pack. I highly recommend it. I think it's pretty cool. Go ahead and pick, but you, like I said, you can use any sticker at all. And for this, I'm just gonna enlarge it the way I want. Kind of like the way this looks. We're gonna just do a simple thing by literally just erasing. I wanna do it like that though. Yeah, that's cool. We're gonna do something simple. And for this one, because it's clearly going through, this is pretty much the only time I use hardness to complete capacity, which is 100%, because I want it to look like it's just going right behind her. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, if you haven't noticed, like, it's really, really easy to, and you can also play with the opacity on the brush and the hardness. And like I said, for this particular one, I'm just gonna use the hardness to full capacity, which is the hardest it'll go, so it has a perfectly defined edge. I mean, that's pretty cool. That took like 2 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and hit apply because I like it. And I actually really liked I'm a sucker for the Dodger effect. You guys have seen this every single week. I love it. I think it's the best. But there are so many you can play with. I mean, there's endless choices. There's so many. So I highly recommend you guys to just play around. For this one, I'm gonna use the Dodger effect because it's so cool. And yeah, you can kind of see the difference right there. If you want to see the difference, you would press and hold. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna hit apply, and then as always, share, share, share. I do free to edit. You can do PicsArt. You can do holographic background for this one. I'll probably do holographic background for this one, which it'll pop up right there. So cool. So there you have it, guys. I'm gonna bring it back up to my lovely face really quick. Hello. Let me adjust. So, as always, if you guys want a particular edit, or if you want me to do something different that you really like but you don't know how to do personally, I would be so happy to show you. So make sure you subscribe down below and you comment. You can also go to Twitter, PicsArt Studio, and ask me for any particular edit at all, and I'll do my best to try to bring it to you guys live every single Wednesday. We'll be doing it at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also, don't forget about that contest we have going. So make sure you play around with all these images, like get super creative. I'm gonna do the same thing, so you'll see some of my images up there. But yeah, until next week, guys, I'll see you later. Ta-ta for now.